Welcome to GearCheckGames. This is part 12 of our commentary for The Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker HD. And
a little quick on the trigger there, weren't you?
Yeah. Well, that's what I was talking about last time, in which we got the boomerang, and now we're going to continue our conversation about it. Where, like I said, in the original, you were holding the boomerang. You held the boomerang by holding down the button, and you released it by letting go of the button. But here you have to push the button to ready the boomerang, push it again to throw it, and if you push it while it's out in the field, it'll snap back to you. So you can't do what I used to do in the GameCube version, where you would just hammer the boomerang button. I'm just repeating commentary. Sorry.
Toggle controls.
Maybe the future.
I was going to talk about how much of a step up the boomerang in this game is from Ocarina of Time, because in that one, it was just kind of like another projectile. Like, I'm not entirely sure how it was meant to be distinct from the slingshot, other than just being able to, like, cut things. But the boomerang in this game, I think, was vastly improved, because not only does it serve its original purpose as a projectile, but you're also able to hit up to 5 targets with it at once. And it can lock on to enemies, like, without the use of Z targeting. So, I don't know, I just find it feels like it has a lot more utility in Wind Waker that, like, other projectiles don't necessarily have. Yeah. It's good in situations where you have, like, a lot of targets that you have to get rid of quickly.
Like this.
Yeah.
It's also, like, shockingly enough, a great replacement for bombs in a lot of situations.
Oh, really?
Namely in ship combat.
Oh, against big octos. Well,
yeah, you can use it to easily deal with the big octos, and surprisingly enough, you can also use it to destroy wall cannons.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
I don't think you can use it to destroy ships, though.
How does that work?
I don't know. It's a strong boomerang.
I guess I'll have to try that one of these days.
Oh no!
So we just used some poor Korok's house to open a hole in the floor to the next dungeon, or the next part of the dungeon, rather.
Is that what those are supposed to be?
Yeah, but instead we're gonna backtrack to a previous room and grab some treasure that we failed to, or that I couldn't get on my first time through here. Yes, we are back to this infamous room.
So, when you were at the top of that last platform before you came back to the beginning, I was getting mad Snowhead Temple vibes.
Oh, yeah?
I was like, no, I don't want to reset the temple, no!
Well, thankfully there's not really anything like that in Wind Waker. Well, I guess it's kind of a double-edged sword. Because I kind of enjoyed that style of dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
But like I said last time, the Wind Waker dungeons are enjoyable in their own way.
Oh, can you get her this time?
Yeah. Come on, Link, I believe in you.
Be patient. Aw, yeah.
There it is. And now we get to see firsthand how sad they are.
That's what they get for being fairies.
It's weird to me how the Great Fairies also start out looking like that. So you gotta wonder, like...
Do they? Oh, wait, yeah, you're right. I remember now.
Yeah. So you gotta wonder, like, do all the fairies, is there like true form closer to what the Great Fairies look like, and they just adopt that more kind of human-looking form for reasons?
So they don't terrify people with their 6 arms?
Yeah.
They're like the Asari in Mass Effect. They don't actually look cute. They're just using, like, magic to make you think that they're cool.
Mm-hmm. It's a scam. A sham. A flim-flam.
Flimity.
Sham, wow. You're gonna love Link's nuts.
What's in this? Is this the compass?
It's a treasure chart.
You don't need this. You know where you're going.
No, I don't.
Oh, no.
Do I look like a guy who knows where he's going?
I'm not answering that.
Because if so, good, it's working.
Well, judging by our zero mission playthrough, I can't argue with your traversal.
Sure,
I know where I'm going. I'm going home. All right, see you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Dan. It's nice to have you.
He's been replaced with Trent.
Wait, I just remembered I am home.
Oh.
I have nowhere to go.
Spider Dan far from home.
Rupees. So I have a feeling these edits are like you're just like traversing the room and you're just like, you've seen this.
If I just walk through a room I've already been through, then yeah, we don't need to see it again.
Okay. Oh, this is the room you just broke.
Mm-hmm.
Look at this dirty water.
Yeah, that's gross.
I'm gonna take a bit of a detour here to I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not doing a great job of managing my health throughout this playthrough, so I'm going towards the boss, even though I don't have the big key yet, because there's a fairy outside of his room, and I want to get it.
You're gonna stock up on fairies.
But first, we gotta get killed by these guys.
Ah!
Oh no, the snoops.
I love what Link looks like when those things are like all over him. Just looks like he's in like a big fuzzy suit.
Do you think little spiky
eyes.
guys grow into those bugs? Do you think that's why they come out of the bugs' butts?
That sounds very painful to like have all of those like inside one of your organs.
Yeah. Well, we know that they do come from inside the bugs.
It's like body horror.
So I guess it makes sense that they would be like larvae or something
Yeah.
of those.
The files are inside the bugs.
That makes them a bit less cute.
You know,
Actually,
these
no,
games.
it doesn't.
You know, I'm
Do you
beginning to
think the
find that
chew
these.
jellies grow into the? Do you think the nuts grow into chew jellies?
Yes.
It's their final
Ah.
form.
Oh, there's a warp pot up here.
Don't worry, I check every single nut.
Oh god.
There it is.
Nice.
I wanted to bottle them up to, you know, maximize the effect, but
You
You'll
already had a bottle.
can't have
One
everything.
bottle.
No, I've got 2 bottles.
you'll
Oh, you
be
have 2
fine.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, is there
I don't
another
know,
one?
man.
As you equip your empty bottle.
Well, if you warp out,
I, I thought, you know, symmetry. Maybe there was like one on each side.
yeah. I feel like if you leave the room and come back, maybe it'll respawn. Oh no.
I made the mistake of expecting something logical from Nintendo.
I don't think fairies respawn unless you leave the whole dungeon.
Actually, they do, because I get that fairy again when I
they
actually
do.
go to the boss.
Huh.
By the way, this brown, disgusting water we're seeing in these rooms, in the original version it was purple,
Oh.
but they changed it for some reason.
That
and
would
I'm
be
not
why
sure
I didn't
why.
remember it.
Yeah.
Looks like they got the water from Conker's Bad Fur Day.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like
no.
crap, like, literally.
Yeah. The Forbidden Woods have not been well maintained since their
That's why they're
debut
forbidden.
in 2002. Yeah.
They need
Someone pooped in the watering hole.
sewage management, and Makar
It's
is the only one
Ganon's-
that knows how.
It's Ganon's most sadistic plan yet.
Yeah. They
And
need,
the septic tank exploded.
Oh,
The
no.
Deku Tree's like,
I told you we shouldn't have made it out of wood.
we sacrificed
it
too many
made an
Koroks.
entire plumbing system out of wood.
That would be impressive, honestly.
Hey man, you make do.
It's also why all their water is poop brown now. There's a reason people don't make plumbing out of wood.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
So
a
here we have a
satisfying
little bit
sound.
of a little mini section. Oh wait, never mind. Not yet.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
It's one of those octopuses.
Oh man, that was spooky.
hmm
Oh no, it's
This
not gonna
game-
reach.
It's weird. This game has a lot of like unconventional iterations of like classic Zelda enemies. Like, you know, everybody knows Octoroks from Zelda. Like they've been there since the first game, but they look weird in this game.
Mm.
I guess they don't look as weird as the ones in.
You're
Yeah, that
getting
was.
owned
I don't
over
know what
here.
that was. I think the weirdest ones though are the ones in Skyward Sword, because those are just like they're functionally and in terms of appearance just Deku scrubs, but they're called Octoroks for some reason.
Hmm.
Huh.
God,
Wait, I'm trying to remember what enemy you're thinking about.
Remember the ones, they're just like Deku scrub enemies, but they're from Skyward Sword. You have to like deflect their the projectiles with a shield bash.
I remember.
Oh, yeah. Aren't they in the first area? They like hang out in the ground.
Yeah,
They
I
break
think
they break many a new player's shield.
I think the distinction is that they shoot rocks at you instead of Deku nuts.
Hmm. I know in Breath of the Wild, there's Octoroks that some of them hang out in the ground.
Oh yeah, the treasure box ones.
Well, I think there were also ones that had like a shrub on their head, and they hang out in forests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is kind of an interesting room because it's this. I don't want to say like elaborate puzzle, but you know, like they made this whole room with these that stump asset is completely unique, and it's just here to house a treasure chart.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a completely optional room, but I guess it's just kind of there to.
Oh right, I guess the dirty water hurts you.
Actually, no, it doesn't.
Does it?
Nope.
I thought the purple water did. Did they change it so it doesn't hurt you anymore?
No, I don't remember it ever hurting you.
It did? I thought the purple water hurt you.
You might be thinking of Majora.
Oh, that's how you get out. Wait, is that
Because that had
Maybe.
I am positive that at no point did the water hurt you in the original or this version.
We may be getting Majora flashbacks.
Yeah.
That happens sometimes.
I mean, granted, that does not look like the kind of water I would want to fall into anyway, regardless.
No.
But, you know.
That's the kind of water that'll give you diseases, and you have to go to the doctor as sanctioned by the state if you accidentally go in there.
Yeah, I guess the naysayers are right. There is too much water in this game. Can't stop talking about it.
Oh, this is giving me Minish Cap flashbacks.
Oh yeah.
For some reason, the flower doesn't want to go. Maybe it was like trying to rotate instead of go forward.
What?
Like I had it angled wrong.
What we don't realize is under this flower there's actually a giant Venusaur.
Or a Vileplume.
Yeah, that too.
That's weird too. Like iconic Gen 1 Pokemon are like based on the same disgusting flower.
Yeah. Don't they say it smells like really rotten?
Yeah, like rotting flesh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You don't want this growing in your Animal Crossing town.
They're pretty disgusting.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah, there's like 3 pitcher plants in that because Victor Bell as well.
Oh yeah. Well, pitcher plant.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
a Rafflesia.
Yeah. I think a pitcher plant has like sweet nectar in it, and the Rafflesia smells like rotting meat.
Yeah.
To attract,
Yeah.
like scavengers. Or not scavengers, decomposer bugs, whatever they're called.
So I'm about to do a really cool trick with the boomerang here, so pay close attention.
Are you gonna, I'm not gonna spoil it. I'll just tell you if I guessed correctly. Nice! That's not what I was gonna guess.
Whiffed it.
Well, no, I hit something.
Yeah, the floor.
Aim carefully, kids.
So which one do you think is better, this boomerang or the wind boomerang in Twilight Princess?
I'd say the Twilight Princess one is probably technically better, but I don't know, just the animation and like feedback on this one just like feels better to me.
It's like really tight.
I do really appreciate what they did with it in Twilight Princess, because in that game there's like a tornado tied to the boomerang, and you can actually use it to carry faraway objects like to yourself or to like enemies or like points of interest in the level.
Yeah.
You can set a target in one place, or like grab an item with one target and like send it off with another.
So,
Yeah.
how do the moblins know you're here?
They've been watching, just like Mother Brain.
Because Ganon is watching this on YouTube.
I'm always watching you, Link.
But yeah, I was going to say, much like many of the items in Twilight Princess, I think the Gale Boomerang is I think it's way cooler than the boomerang in this game, because the whole like being able to carry different types of items around and not just to yourself. But unfortunately, I don't feel like it's really, you don't really get opportunities to use it in cool ways, except for like 1 or 2 times to use it in a very specific way.
Yeah, I'd say Twilight Princess has a good set of items, but the problem is that because there's so many of them, they kind of, like, cannibalize each other's opportunities to really shine. Like, you know, each item has to have its showcase, but, like, there are so many items that, like, it doesn't really feel like a lot of them get utilized that well.
Slingshot.
This game, on the other hand, has comparatively very few items, and I'd say mostly uses them pretty well.
Yeah.
The only real overlap, I would say, is the grappling hook and the hook shot, but you get the hook shot so late in the game. Like, it's not like a slingshot bow situation from Twilight Princess, where, like, literally, like, one dungeon later, your projectile weapon is completely invalidated.
Yeah, it's, like, obsoleted.
Well, plus the grappling hook has, like, a totally different use in combat than the hook shot does. Because the hook shot is kind of, like, slower and stuns enemies.
Well, no, the hook shot... Actually, no, you're thinking of the N64 hook shot. In Wind Waker, the hook shot actually draws you towards enemies.
Oh, God.
Or, if you're wearing the iron boots, it pulls them, or parts of them, toward you, if I'm remembering it correctly.
That good item synergy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the grappling hook, you use it to steal loot off of enemies.
That's the thing, it's, you know... I guess it's kind of an audacious comparison, but, you know... It's kind of like Breath of the Wild, where, like, you know, you only have those 4 basic runes, but they're a lot more general and can be used, like, in combination with each other to do cool things.
So,
Sometimes, as they say, less is more.
Yeah.
Before you fight this boss, in Twilight Princess, and me and Ethan's most recent playthrough, in some of the, like, in-game cutscenes, we wore the iron boots just for laughs.
Oh, yeah!
Just to have Link clanking around talking to Ganon.
Oh, no.
It was a trip.
I discovered that back when I got Twilight Princess for Christmas in 2008.
Yeah.
You can do it.
Because that was back before I had, like, you know, more than, like, 10 games, so I just, like, replay the same ones again and again.
They give you the
boss
jingle for that?
time.
I forgot what the boss of this one was.
It's this guy.
Like many bosses in Wind Waker, like they nailed the visuals, but the boss is kind of easy and
he's
over
super
very
easy.
quickly.
Oh, my
I
son.
think this might be the only boss that you can one cycle in the game.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
God.
tried
In addition to
but
also
no
be able
cigar.
to just do the water trick.
Get ready for awesome lighting.
Ooh, this is good.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
He does have quite the spectacle during the fight, though. Like running away from the roots whipping you at you and stuff.
Speaking of Baronade,
Oh yeah.
this
Or
is
you know, you could just like cut him down in like 3 seconds, which ain't that hard to do.
I feel like this boss arena is probably an example of the new lighting engine being used in a good way.
yeah.
Oh yeah, the contrast between like when he's able to attack you and when he's vulnerable speaks for itself.
Oh, these colors so good.
Mm-hmm. Like, you know, it's one thing to have a game that looks nice, but it's, you know, I think the real, like, you know, the best visuals in games are the ones that, like, not only look good, but also communicate something to the player. So it's nice that they were mindful of that. Like, they didn't just make this game look the way they did because they wanted to. Like, they actually had, you know, things they wanted to express with that, and, you know, I'd say in vast majority of ways they succeeded, but, you know, I speak only for myself.
More Technicolor bosses, please.
Yes, please. It's beautiful.
I want.
So anyway, that's 2 bosses down. So far, nothing too challenging. And this is our friend Makar.
Oh.
Hello, little one.
We'll get to know him much better later on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's gonna be our Wind Temple buddy.
He thought he was gonna die.
Oh my god! I accepted my fate!
That poor little guy.
Oh, don't worry, we'll get him home. can't believe we missed the opportunity to make a joke earlier with the Deku Tree, where he's like, dude, where's my car?
Ha! Never heard that one before.
I
No.
actually haven't.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Did somebody else make that joke who's, like, famous?
Plenty of people.
God damn it.
Oh, he's ashamed.
He's a sad boy. Don't be sad.
You've already hidden your face in shame once. Now hide your mask in shame as well.
He needs a mask to cover the mask.
And that's how we got the Legend of Zelda, Makar's mask.
Oh, hot dog, a Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
A green Dragon Ball.
This one doesn't have a strip of bacon on it, though, so it's inferior.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
clearly.
Well, I mean, they're plants, so it makes sense.
Oh my god, are you guys ready for one of the best cutscenes
It's just
in
the
the game?
vegan ball.
This part gives me such joy, such childlike whimsy.
Oh, his little instrument.
Mm-hmm. Which for anyone else would be a violin, but because Makar is inherently so small, he plays it more like a cello. Which is adorable.
Now disrespect this magnificent scene by editing over the Cantina theme from Star Wars.
Disrespect this magnificent scene by talking over it more like.
Oh man, this is way better than the last dungeon.
I am gonna clean your clock.
I'm gonna clean your plate.
Oh my god.
Vegan food.
You know, I know that one Korok didn't jump away with the rest because he's the potion shop guy and he can't leave. But, like, your first time playing, I can totally see that looking like a glitch. Because he's just completely static standing there.
Oh, they're spreading seeds so the land can flourish again.
Yep.
How would you respond if he just, like, static stood there in the cutscene, and then you went back after the cutscene and he's just still standing there, not moving? You can't interact with him.
Who did I buy this cartridge from again?
Makar drowned.
Wait, cartridge.
Oops. Oh my god. Abort! Abort! See you next time!
Bye.